on here and see if anyone's around, had any questions they might want to ask me. And if we could keep it to one question per person, that would be terrific, because I want to try to reach the many, if not all, depending on how many people are going to come on with me this evening. And you guys go to chrisrightnow.com, which is my website, and you look for the Black Friday. It's in my link in my bio, and you buy one, gift one, which means you get two for the price of one. But you want to buy one and then gift, like if you bought a 30-minute, and you keep one for yourself and you gift the other one to a friend. So it's the season to be jolly, and it's a season to be giving. So Time for Changes Foundation, thank you so much for being a member, and hello to you. Teal Polhusky, thank you for being a member. Hello to you. And Carlos, hi. Teresa Lynn, hi. Hi back to you. Marquez, hello. Carol, hello. Michael Dubois, thank you for being a member. Joanne, thank you for being a member. Cheryl, thank you for being a member. Ginger, thank you for being a member. Tanya, thank you for these guys right here. Tanya, it's the whole reason why I'm here. They make it available for all of you people to be able to have questions being answered for me. Because if it wasn't for my members, there's no way we could do it. Victoria, thank you for being a member. Sarah, thank you for being a member. You guys are great. I love you guys. Appreciate it, appreciate it, appreciate it. Hello, Linda. Okay, wait, whoa. Time for Changes Foundation. How many past lives have my sister and I have had together? You have 5 past lives with your sister. Now, that doesn't mean that you always have been sister. I think you were a mother one time. I think she was an aunt to you one time. I think you guys were sisters. Your sisters in this life, you see. So it can change. Like my mother was a lot of different things to me, not always technically my mother. Teal Rolhowski, I understand your money situation is not the greatest, but this next year is going to be a really good year for you. Just right now, focus on buying what you need, not what you want. Be really cool around Christmas time with the spending, and you'll be able to get out of this. In the middle of next year, you'll be able to do the move. And the nice thing about doing the move is that you'll be able to move out, not have to move back in. So that's good that you don't have to. I hate that when you can move out and you got to move all the way back in. You're doing it like, oh shit, So that's good. J.H. Hi, Chris. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Will things get better between my brother this coming week? No, I'm really sorry. You have a very stubborn family. I do too. And if you want it to be better, then you have to just kiss a little bit of rear. I hate to put it to you like that, but I like to make you laugh too in saying it, because I'm lighthearted. Who hasn't done that? We've all done it. Me included, all of us on this channel. So, it's over ridiculous stuff. So I think making up is better, and who wants us to drag out? So you need to just come forward with that, and then let them know that you're sorry and that you love them, and then just wait for him to, respond back, because he's going to make you suffer a little bit with this. CW, hi Chris. I don't see you buying a house right now, but I think you'll be moving into another house. I think it'll be the end of summer of next year. And that you might think, oh my gosh, that's so far away, it was ways away. It's not either. It's almost December right now. This year's done. Sorry, I was getting a phone call. Gabriella, hi Chris. Where do you see me moving to outside of New York? I don't think you're going to be moving outside of New York with the first initial move. So I think eventually you may look more towards Maine way down the road, but that's not right now. So I think you'll be moving into a beautiful place. I think you'll love it. I think you'll like your area. So don't go, oh man, I want to go out of the area, because the move is enough to where, even though it's close to where you're at. It's enough change that it's going to do you good. All schools thanking all the members. So once again, members, thank you so much. Teresa Lynn, I have all of your mother's books. That's 67 books, okay? All of yours. That's 8 books. Wish I could afford to be a member. Maybe someday you will. But thank you for thinking about it. Sam C., hello back to you. That's my first member right there. And thank you, Sam, for still being a member. That's really great. We all appreciate that here at the Sylvia Browne Group. AC, what is my totem animal? A panda bear. That's kind of cute, but they can be, those animals, I think they're stoned all the time. I think they eat that type of whatever it is that makes them, like, feeling good or whatever. I don't know if it's bamboo or what it is, but. Myra, will my boyfriend get promoted next year, sorry. Yeah, if he keeps on going in on the work. I think that there's some trouble brewing in the office with egos and personality conflicts and things like that. As long as he just sticks close to the bone and just does what's expected of him, I think he's going to be fine. So just have him be really positive, be very upbeat, be very professional when he goes in, and just don't let the little stuff get to him. Linda King, so glad you're on. So am I. Marquez Wilkerson, hey Chris, I'm a fan. Will finances get better for my family? They're going to stay pretty close to what they are till almost April. And then that will be the tax turning time month that it'll get a lot better from April going forward. So your family will do real well. You just got to be cost effective and be smart about where you're putting and sticking your money, and just count the pennies right now. Hey, everyone's doing it. So, I mean, I've talked to people on a daily basis, and most all of us are late on bills and things like that, but we're still paying them. Okay, so it's not the end of the world. Joanne Carpenter, thank you for being a member. Do you see the pressure of my back on procedure on my back on December 12th working? Well, I think it's going to work more than not. So out of 100%, I think we'll get about a 70% result, which I think is a good result. And here's the whole kicker, though. Once the procedure gets done, you have to follow exactly what the doctors tell you. So if you get up and you say, I'm going to push this one thing, or I'm going to lift this one thing, or I'm going to go do this one thing, then it's all going to be for nothing because you're going to screw it up. So I'm more concerned about how you behave after that's done. I'm not really concerned about the doctors. I'm concerned that you think something's okay to do and it's not going to be okay to do. So just please, it's very simple. Follow what the doctor recommends. Do what they tell you to do and don't do anything else but that, and we'll have a very good recovery. Now, once you recover from this, do what you want, but allow yourself to heal the proper way. So that's my concern. Angela Jessica, why does my daughter talk with an accent? Okay, she's one of those people, I know you think of past life, and she's had a lot of past lives, but this ain't it, that someone speaks Italian or come from Australia, and she will hear them talk, and within 20, 30 minutes of talking around that person, she will start going, like Canadians go, eh, or like that. She just picks that up, and I think she finds such a fascination with, copying how people talk like that. I think she's just likes the accents, and I think she tries her damnedest to imitate it. I think that's cool. I mean, I can't talk with other accents. I try to, but I sound not so good. Like, I don't have a singing voice either, unless I was going for Kermit the Frog on Sesame Street. Then I might be able to get something, but other than that, don't got it. Cassandra Kuhn, thank you. Hello. Thank you for being a member. Hello back to you. Shishi, I believe your check should be here before the next 10 days. So just hang in there, and when you get it, you go buy all the stuff you need, okay? And thanks for giving me a thumbs up, you guys, when you really like what you see here, because it really helps pushing it out there. I really do appreciate that. Okay. Linda Holbrook, wondering why, when a family member passes, you receive more spiritual gifts. You're wondering why, when a family member passes, you receive more spiritual gifts? Well, I mean, geez, that can go either way. It depends on, the loved ones in your family, what their religions are, what they believe in, what they want to do, what they don't want to do. I mean, keep in mind that all of us come here. We all have a blueprint. We all have a chart. So anyone could look at that blueprint and chart. That means they can fast forward your life and watch you pass away, rewind your life and watch you born, and pretty much know everything you're going to say before you can think it up in your mind. I mean, look at me. I'm not an infant. I'm 57 years of age. So my mother Sylvia on the other side. Let's say she takes a nap. My mom wakes up. I'm there. What can Sylvia worry about? Nothing. Why? There isn't enough time. I mean, 90 years for us and 48 hours for them, that's a ridiculous difference of time. And so many people say, well, why isn't so-and-so around me? Why isn't so-and-so? Maybe you got a boring life they don't want to. They got a lot of things they got going over there. But you can rest assured with this. Your family loves you. Your family cares about you. They're not very far from you. Heaven's only 4 feet up. They know exactly everything you're going to do. And then a few hours on their time, they come get you, and it's no big deal. Besides, what's the worst case scenario? When we go, we're going to be with them. Oh, shucks. That's not a bad thing. Unless, the person's earthbound or something like that. But that's far and few in between. And if any people here, let's say you go through and you get earthbound, and a good psychic or something like that, they're going to know it, and they can fix that like that. So it's not that big of a deal. And a lot of times the earthbounds, they're existing, and they don't know that they passed yet, and they're waiting. Because I remember I go with my mom on all these hauntings, like the Moss Distillery and the Blue Lady, and they were telling my mother that this ghost has been there for 100 years. I can see my mom doing the math, and she's okay. The ghost has been around just a little bit over 1 weekend's time, because you think, God, 100 years, can't the ghost figure it out? I mean, seriously, you can't figure something out in 100 years that you're stuck between here and there. But if you look at it realistically, it's a little over 48 hours, because 90 years is 48 hours. So when you look at it like that, it's understanding. But realistically, all you really got to do when you sense something like that, say, hey, you see that white light? See that white light? Go to that white light. Go. And they go. And that's that simple. So it's not a big deal. People don't if they get stuck, it's not for very long. That's Hollywood kind of stuff, okay? You're watching movies, that's Hollywood stuff. I mean, I had a client come in the other day, and they're all, Chris, I saw a ghost. Okay. I saw 400. I mean, like my mother says, what's to worry about? They don't take up very much space. And that's why you say, well, ghost, wait a minute. That ghost isn't coming through the wall. Because why? Because we're in this dimension, and they're in another dimension. And our dimension doesn't apply to their dimension, and their dimension doesn't apply to ours. So if it did, we'd be bumping into them. You're welcome. Time for Changes Foundation. Ginger Speed, how can I connect with my deceased best friend? I miss her so very much, and she knows that. She knows that. And you guys have been definitely together in past lives. And I'll tell you something, you can go to any psychic in the world of the day, and you're not going to connect with her. And the reason why you're not going to connect with her is because she can't be connected to it. The reason is that when she passed from this life, she made it from this lifetime to heaven. And then she went into orientation. That means she's preparing to go down and go into a whole new life. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to know her or something like that. Probably over in Europe somewhere. And that means when you get to heaven, she's not going to be there. But because of the time change, remember, 48 hours to 90 years, you might get there a couple hours before her, and then she'll reunite with you, and the two of you can do what you wanted to do. It would be like Ginger, me asking you right now, what are you doing in heaven right now? You say, what are you talking about, Chris? I'm here on earth. Of course you are. You can't be in two places at one time. Okay, so you wouldn't want her to stay in heaven, and then you pass, and she greets you, and then now you're both in heaven. You say, okay, great. What am I going to do? And she turns to you and says, well, I got one more life to do, so I better go down and do it. You say, what in the hell? Why did you get that done? Why did you get that done ahead of time so that when I get over here, that we can be hanging out together? Now you got to go through another life. I got to wait for you. So I think I would have done what she's doing, because think about it. You got one lifetime to do. Are you going to sit with that hanging around your neck, or are you going to go get it done so it's over with? I'm going to go get it done so it's over with. So not everyone here is in their last life. And even a person in their last lifetime, if they don't achieve what they're supposed to achieve, trust me, they're going to come back and do it again. Just like karma is real, and someone does somebody dirty, you might not be able to buy the popcorn and the soda and watch them go through the karma, which some of us, especially me, would like to watch. You don't get to do that all the time, but trust me, everyone pays the piper. You got karma coming, it's coming. So don't ever think that that's not the way that is, because it is. Sarah Toyer, Chris, what is my name on the other side? I don't have a clue. Wouldn't even want to guess. I have no idea. Linda King, what is my puppy looking at in my bedroom around the ceiling area? Well, not quite the ceiling area. Go from your ground to about 4 feet up, okay? And that's their baseline, okay? Well, then I gotta guess you say you take a 5-foot person and you got 4 feet up and you got a 5-foot person, then the dog's looking up 9 feet high, okay? So I get it. No, I think that this is just a grandmother from time to time, on occasion, your spirit guide on occasion, and then because where your home is placed, there's more activity. Like, when people go to a shopping mall, people go to a restaurant, or people go to a concert, or people go to a ball game, there's more people that's coming and going because of what they're doing. So where your resident is placed, there's spirits that are coming to and from, but they don't take up very much space. It's not really a big deal. So, there's not really bad negative spirits per se to do. Now, there's evil people, and there's loving, kind people, which we refer to as dark entities and light entities, and a gray entity. A gray entity is one that's on the fence. We hope that they go light. Sometimes they don't. They go dark. Once you're dark, you don't really have a chance to go back being light, though. And most of the time, dark entities will attach themselves to light entities. But here's the thing. Everybody, always you know who they are. Why? Because you say hi and you hate them. Or you can say hi and you love them. It's just like walking down that street and those little hairs on your neck stand up. You say, holy shit, something's wrong. I feel I got the creeps. Go get the car. Why? Because I don't feel something's right. Get the damn car. I want to get the hell out of here. Or you meet somebody, or you go to a place, you step off the plane or get out of the car and you say, I don't know what to say. I just feel so comfortable here and I feel like I'm home. And I feel like if you go up and around the corner, there'll be like a 7-Eleven or a store, and you go up around the corner, there's a 7-Eleven store. What is that? It's past life recall. Okay. Oh, Yaya B. Hi, Chris. Will gastric bypass be good for me? Okay, so here we go. I'm not a doctor, I'm a psychic. But if I was you, I wouldn't do this. And the reason why I wouldn't do this, in fact, they won't do this for you unless I think you lose 35 to 40 pounds on your own. Then I think they would consider doing this. If you don't stick strictly to the diet, exactly how you do it, there is just, I don't want to say everyone, but close to it, that has serious problems with their life from this. This is a big, major surgery to go through. And, as stubborn as you are, I think that could work more for you than against you. And besides, you're not eating right. You're not building your stamina. You're not exercising right. And most people don't take in consideration with worry and the mental stress that you go through that packs weight on your body. Why? Well, if you're a bigger person, you're harder to get hurt. You're more insulated, you're safer, right? So mentally, physically, and emotionally, you got to get yourself in check. So I think what I would do if I was in your position is I'd mentally, physically, and emotionally, I would eat right, I'd count my calories, I'd do my sleep, I would do my exercise, I'd lose that 35 to 40 pounds, which you got to lose anyways. And then at that point in time, I would rethink this. But you pretty much should understand that going through that surgery, you'll be going through probably at least 3 before you're done. Why? Because things go wrong. So, and things don't always hold. Why? Because it's not how the body's normally put together. So before we add that kind of whirlwind of worms into the equation, why don't we just see at first what you can do? Now that you know that worrying can gain weight to you and things like that, cut out the worrying. I mean, someone that is a very positive person that worries all the time is a highly negative person. Why? Worrying is not positive, it's negative. And, worrying ages the body 10 times faster than normal. Causes all cancer, all heart attacks, all strokes, all illnesses, all diseases. Worrying, they think cancer is a silent killer. Bullshit. Worrying is a silent killer. I mean, think about it. People get up and they worry from the time they wake up to the time they go to bed. You don't think that's going to absorb? You don't think that's going to do something? Come on. Use your common sense. All that negativity, day in and day out for years, yeah, you're beating the living shit out of yourself is what you're doing. I used to be the biggest worrier in the world until my mom was getting ready to pass, and I promised her that I'd stop worrying. I haven't worried for 10 years. I look back on that old Chris and I think, shit, I mean, the habit that you get into, God doesn't say, oh, look, you're worried about it, give it to them. But I'll tell you this, I'm not going to go before God. He says, okay, Mr. Chris Dufresne, let's see. You worried your whole life away. Why don't you go back and do it all over again? Maybe you'll get it right this time. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not. Worrying doesn't do anything for anybody. Give it to God and be happy and be positive. If that worry comes in your mind, it's very simple. You beat it out of your mind. Your mind is your general. So if the worry starts to come on, go pick up the dog shit, go out and wash a car, call up a client, work, this, that, whatever you got to do to push that back out of your mind. Here it comes again. It could be the same worry, it could be a different worry. And again, busy up your mind. After about a week's time, it slows down. You got a hold of it because your mind is your general. And stopping worrying, all of us, is the best thing that any of us can do for ourselves. Hope that helps. Okay, I'm reading. Brick and mortar investments. Hi, Chris. Will we adopt the foster child we have? Absolutely, yes. Now, here's the thing. You're going to say I'm crazy when I say this, but it won't be the first time. The child, like your child, sometimes we take a different vehicle to come in. Or like my dad, basically. I don't really know my father, was more of a sperm donor, so to speak. And then my mom married, my mom was married 6 times, but her second marriage, or third marriage, sorry, that was the man that raised me. And that was the man that I know as dad. Okay, Victoria, my son, Anthony, is always angry. How can I help him? Well, you have to get him to a psychiatrist so that he can talk to the psychiatrist. And then there'll be a couple of diagnoses. And then he has to take the medication as directed. And with that, after you're saturating into his system, his motivation will go up, and he's intelligent, and his confidence, his self-esteem. So we could call him a late bloomer and highly sensitive too. So he's a good young man, but he's got an enormous amount of hormones changing, and there's not going to be any medication you can take for that. You just got to weather that storm. At one point in time, my kids were giving me such a hard time, I almost took them up the mountains and just get out of the car and drive away, okay? But you can't do that, okay, because you love your kids. But my God, were they mean as shit for a while. And you got that, and then you got the chemical imbalance too. So good luck getting him there to go and do this. Now, the one concern we have is that after a year's time and it saturates in the system and he's taking the medication and he's back to, let's say, normal and happy and got motivation, work, all this, he's going to think everything's okay and he can stop taking that medication. then we got to start all over again and do it from the start all over again because he went off the medication. So, you know, I mean, people say, well, I don't want to take medication. Well, what are you going to do then? You're going to suffer and be miserable your whole life, or you're going to take medication. There's side effects to stress. There's side effects to medication. There's side effects to the air you breathe, to the food you eat, to what you drink, to what you put toothpaste in your mouth, every damn thing in this world of today. But you got to weigh out the pros and cons of it all. But I think anyone will tell you, do you take medication or do your body intensively stress? Which is worse or better for you? Stress is the biggest killer out there, so I think that answers it. Cheryl Sanders, thank you for being a member. And your sister Teresa's health not very good. That doesn't mean I think she's passing. She doesn't take care of herself, and she ain't gonna listen to anybody either. But she needs to go get her triglycerides looked at, her autoimmune system looked at. She's got depression, and then she doesn't eat right. She doesn't sleep well. And she's got to really get some exercise going on a consistent basis. It's Toka Ferry. Thank you for being a member. I appreciate that so much. There's another member up here too. Where I can't get that now. Damn it. Tanya Burt, thank you for being a member. You have two guides, male and female. Excuse me, pardon me. Marquez Wilkerson, come on now, we're only asking one question. I see you here a couple of times. We're just gonna ask one question today so I can try to reach as many of you as I can for the time I have on here, okay? Hello, Lightheart, will I get a job soon? I mean, yeah, I think you get a job in the next few weeks. It won't be something you wanna make a career of, but it'll pay you good for your bills that you have, so I would do that for sure. I answered that already. Well, God bless everybody. Stay uplifted. Remember, Black Friday, we have it out now. You can go to my link in my bio, and you can buy a reading and gift a reading. That means you get two for the price of one. So you buy a reading and you give one to a friend. Okay? Go do that at chrisrightnow.com. That's my website. God bless everybody.